Hello and welcome to the Confab YouTube channel. My name is Kyle Lee, your host, and today we're going to be doing Marvel vs. DC. The way that I'm going to be doing this is a little bit different than what you're probably used to. What I'm going to be doing is using the Marvel Encyclopedia and the DC Encyclopedia and taking a random page out of both of those books and pitting whatever heroes against each other, or villains, whichever one's more interesting. Obviously there's a couple of different heroes or villains on each page, so I'm just going to take whichever one I think is most interesting or whatever one seems like the most fair team up, and then I'm going to be doing those two against each other. Now the only rules of the game are that, obviously you can't have the same heroes or villains fighting each other more than once in future episodes, and no redos. I can't just randomly pick a page out of the book to see whatever's more interesting. I'm gonna just do whatever I randomly grab, so first come first serve. Also, the only other time that I can do a redo on the page turn is if the page is not a hero. So in the Marvel book, I know that there are some Marvel events listed on full pages, so if I happen to hit a Marvel event or a DC event, then obviously we're gonna do another random. So let's get into it. Alright, first up we're gonna have Marvel. So I'm gonna do a random page. Nothing is pre-selected. I'll do right here. And I just mess up the page a little bit. So Aunt May and Uncle Ben, probably not. And then we have Pantheon. I think that's an event. It's a family. So let's try that one more time. Alright, one more time. Alright, here we go. We get something good. Alright, we have Bullseye. And we have the Cabal. I think I'm most likely going to go with Bullseye, but let's see what we have for DC. So DC, we're going to get a random page. Let's do it towards the back. Get something a little bit different. Royal Flush Gang. And the Rogues. I'm not sure how much you guys can see that. Royal Flush Gang. Okay, so then since we're looking at teams, let's do the Cabal versus the Rogues. Let's do that. Alright guys, so you saw that it was the Cabal versus the Rogues. So I know that the first time that I opened up the Marvel book, the first thing we got was Ben and Aunt May. Ben Parker and Aunt May, and that's obviously not going to be a fair fight no matter who I turn the page to on DC. So I thought it was fair to do another turn on that one. So it turned out to be the Cabal, which is a really awesome team, and then for DC it turned out to be the Rogues. So a little bit of background about the two teams. So we have Dr. Doom, which you probably know from the Fantastic Four, great supervillain. He is a scientific genius, and he also has sorcery, so there's that in their favor. Emma Frost, she's an ex-mutant that has like super telepathic capabilities. We have Green Goblin, superhuman strength, and he also has access to all kinds of gadgets and stuff that he throws at Spider-Man all the time. We have the Hood, which is from the Avengers. I'm not too familiar on the Hood's background, but I guess he has I guess he's possessed by a demon or something like that, and he has superhuman powers, and he can do like electric stuff with his hands. I don't know. Loki, the Trickster, he's a pretty formidable foe by himself too. Namor, another formidable foe, superhuman strength, pretty strong. And then Taskmaster, he can copy what other people are doing. He can mimic any fight techniques. Not that the rogues really have a true fighter, but these are some heavy hitters. I mean, the Cabal was put together by Green Goblin in order to oppose the Illuminati, even though Namor's on the Illuminati. But it's a really tough team to go up against. And then you have the Rogues, which is primarily just Flash's villains. Captain Cold with his ice gun, being able to control, ice and weather, not weather, but cold temperatures, I guess. Glider, she has astral projection, and she's also able to fly. Mirror Master is probably, I would say, underrated. He probably has like the best chance of surviving this fight, Cabal versus the Rogues. So he's not one to be messed with. You have Heat Wave, pretty much the opposite of Captain Cold, so Heat Wave, but I'm not seeing fire being shot from a flamethrower or anything really stopping the Cabal from moving forward. Weather Wizard, also a pretty good foe to go up against. I think he would also give the Cabal a pretty hard time, but I'm still not sure that he can, completely tip the scales. Trickster, another guy with gadgets. I think, if Trickster and Green Goblin were to go up against one another, I don't think that the Trickster would be able to outmatch Green Goblin. I mean, Trickster is known for like planning in advance and doing all these different things, but Green Goblin is just too crazy, and he has all his gadgets and all this other stuff, superhuman strength and stuff like that. So not somebody that's gonna be able to once again tip the scales. And then Pied Piper with sonic manipulation, once again, not something that's going to really tip the scales. So, I mean, that's just what I thought. What do you guys think about it? Do you guys think that I'm wrong? Can the Rogues really go up against the Cabal? And, if so, what strategy do you think that they would come up with? I'll be putting up a poll on Twitter, so make sure that you guys cast your vote on that, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, give it a thumbs down. Just let me know what you think so that I can start moving forward in the right direction. Alright, thanks for joining Confab, Marvel versus DC, and I will see you tomorrow.